Hey guys, Temple VGC, and today we're back with another episode of the VGC 2017 Pokeball Spotlight. This is the third edition. Arcanine, Marowak, and Garchomp took the first two, with Arcanine taking number 3. The goal is to talk about a Pokemon that's doing well in the 2017 format and tell you everything you need to know about it. Talk with Arcanine, which picked up a lot of popularity around London, where it was on the both of the finals teams. From first place, Miguel Marte de la Torre, and second place, Nico Desu Gineta. I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly. I'm sorry. Also known Desu. I'm going to get right into this and help you enjoy. Alright, so looking at its base stats, Arcanine has a base 90 HP, 110 attack, 90 defense, 80 defense, 80 special defense, 95 speed with 100 and special attack stat. So it's a pretty nice mixture of bulk with 90, 80, 80 for your bulk, allowing Arcanine to take hits, as well as it can make it better than what it actually seems through its moves and ability to intimidate mainly, and moves like Lilith and Snarl, which we'll talk about more later. And it has a really nice attack stat with 110. Nothing too amazing, but it's nothing too underwhelming, so it's usable. And 100 special attack stat also can make Arcanine an interesting special attacker or a mixed attacker if you want to. And its 95 speed allows Arcanine to also be decently fast. And in a slower metagame, that's pretty nice. So looking at its typing, it's a pure fire type, so it's weak against ground, rock, and water, with resistance to bug, steel, fire, grass, ice, and fire. So pretty nice. You have 3 weaknesses, which is standard for a fire type, and 6 resistances, which is standard for a fire type. Maybe a dual typing would help Arcanine, but it has decent stats. Notable moves: Flamethrower, Snarl, Will-O-Wisp, Protect, Burn Up, Overheat, and Flare Blitz are your best options for an Arcanine. Well, not necessarily the best one, but these are what you're mainly going to see on an Arcanine. With Flamethrower, Snarl, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect are the ones I would expect mostly, with Burn Up, Overheat, and Flare Blitz out there as well. But the other moves are certainly useful. Extreme Speed is a nice priority move, and you can break a Folk Sash. Roar is a nice move against Pokemon that's like set of Trick Room. Or you can roar something out that's becoming a problem with Arcanine, and maybe kind of put it on the back burner for your opponent and have them deal with it later. Close combat is interesting as it allows Arcanine to hit Pokemon like Porygon 2, which is always nice. You do more damage with Flare Blitz, but it's still nice to have the coverage against also like Steel types, like Pokemon that you would want to be able to close combat, like a Kangaskhan or something, or a Smeargle. Who knows? Depends. Helping Hand allows Arcanine to boost the power of its partner's move. Wild Charge is good against water types. Heat Wave is a nice spread move. Morning Sun allows for HP recovery, and Crunch is interesting as it allows Arcanine to hit Pokemon like Alola Marowak, which can be a problem if not properly dealt with. Now going to a sample set. This one was used by Till Bomer, who I'll leave his team reward description below. He managed to finish, I believe, 12th at he made day 2 and finished positive in Swiss. I can't remember exactly how well he did. I think it was 12th. Don't quote me on that. And its EVs is 140 HP, 4 defense, 164 special attack, 28 special defense, and 164 speed with a Timid Nature. Item is a Citrus Berry. Abilities: Intimidate. No, 0 IVs and attack with Will-O-Wisp, Flamethrower, Snarl, Protect. It's a really solid set. And as I said, Will-O-Wisp, Flamethrower, Snarl, Protect is a pretty simple set for an Arcanine, supportive Arcanine, which this one mainly wants to do. Some damage counts. This Arcanine can 2-hit KO that Celesteela. Well, as a 93.8% chance, which is essentially a 15 out of 16%. Out of 16 times it'll 2-hit KO, 1 time it'll 3-hit KO. It's nice as Arcanine. You can generally 2-hit KO mini Arcanine, as it allows. Mini Celesteela with Arcanine, as it allows Arcanine to be a reliable check to Celesteela. Like, you don't have to worry about heavy slam and substitute and leash shape, but that can't be dealt with. And defensively, it can take a max special attack Nihilego Go Power Gem with a neutral nature, as well as a -1 Garchomp Earthquake with a neutral nature. And it also allows Arcanine to outspeed max speed circuitry. The second set is a Life Orb set, Life Orb physical attacking set. The EV's 28 HP, 180 attack, 4 defense, 44 special defense, and max speed with an adamant nature. The move set is Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Crunch, or Extreme Speed, depending on what you want, and protect with a life orb. So the moveset is pretty simple. Flare Blitz is your main attacking move with Wild Charge being good for Pokemon like Gyarados, Pelipper, Golduck, Politoed, stuff like that. Crunch is really nice, as like I said earlier, it allows you to hit Marowak for super effective, though you can carry Extreme Speed if you already have significant ways to deal with Marowak, so you can break a Focus Sash, or maybe pick something up when it's at a low amount of HP and they're not expecting it. And you also have Protect, which is pretty standard. Then you get some damage calcs. Flare Blitz is a 2-hit KO on Celesteela. Wild Charge is a -1 Wild Charge, can KO a no-bulk Gyarados, which isn't as common, but it's nice to see. And Crunch on a max HP for defense alone with Marowak is a guaranteed 2-KO. Defensively allows Arcanine to take a Boomerang from a -1 max attack alone with Marowak holding the Stick Club. And it also allows Arcanine to take a max special attack Tapu Lele Psychic with a boosted nature and a Psychic terrain. So 1 out of 16% chance. 1 out of 16 chance to pick up that KO. So it's pretty safe. You can Snarl or go for damage and help out. Go for a Flare Blitz and help out. Potential item: Life Orb increases Arcanine damage output, which is nice to have. It's really good on attacking, physical attacking sets, like attacking sets where your main goal with Arcanine is to cause damage, not support the team. Citrus Berry heals up Arcanine's HP when it's under 50%. You can use the other berries like the Wiki Berry and the Figgy and Iapa Berry, but those are more situational. Citrus Berry is more reliable as it allows Arcanine to get the HP at a healthier level. Leftover gives Arcanine residual healing each turn, which is nice for longer periods of time. Choice Band majorly increases Arcanine's damage output by 1.5 per Choice Band mechanics, but locks it into one move, so you really have to pick your. Charcoal is an interesting item. It's not the best, but I kind of thought it would be fun to try out and maybe see how it works. You can power up its fire type attacks like Flamethrower and Flare Blitz. And Fire MV turns Arcanine's fire type attacks into Infernal Overdrive. Or you can go for like a Z-Will-O-Wisp if you want to nuke targets. Not sure what it does, but it's still fun to maybe try and see if you like it. Partners for Arcanine. There's not many as depends on more than the matchup, but Gastrodon Storm Gem ability can resort so effective water type moves for Arcanine. Porygon 2 is interesting as Arcanine provides the Intimidate ability for it to set up Trick Room. Celesteela is nice as Arcanine also provides Intimidate, but allows Celesteela to kind of set up for the late game with Substitute Leech Seed. Garchomp, Arcanine can intimidate threats and weaken them to Garchomp to shine with moves like Will-O-Wisp Snarl, Intimidate ability. Like I said, Arcanine is more dependent on kind of supporting its team. So like, if you can fit Arcanine on its team, you'll kind of figure out like, Arcanine works well with one of these 5 members that make up the rest of the team. So it's more dependent on how Arcanine is helping out your team specifically. Now, how do you want to beat Arcanine? Gastrodon, like it can help Arcanine. It also can fire off water type moves like Scald to handle Arcanine. Garchomp, Mudsdale, and Crooked Out all share this one spot as they can both use Earthquake to KO Arcanine. Pelipper and Politoed both provide the range to weaken Arcanine's fire type attacks and can go for Scald to take it out. Gyarados can intimidate Arcanine and use both Waterfall and Hydro Vortex to KO it. Gilead can use rock type moves like its Rock Slice, Stone Edge, or the Z move Continental Crush to handle Arcanine. Arachidid can use Liquidation or Z move Hydro Vortex powered off that Liquidation to KO Arcanine. Tapu Fini and Milotic, as bulky water type, they can handle Arcanine's, can easily deal with Arcanine's fire type attacks and the Snarls, and then use water moves like Scald, Muddy Water, and Hydro Pump depending. Like Scald from Milotic, and then also Scald, but Muddy Water and Hydro Pump to KO Arcanine. Although Marowak can use Boomerang to KO Arcanine though, Snarl can be used for direct damage, so it's more dependent on how it does on the matchup. Golduck can outspeed Arcanine and use strong water type move like Scald, Hydro Pump, and its Z move Hydro Vortex take out Arcanine. Commonly seen on rain tank with Pokemon like Pelipper through the famous double up combination. Nihilego can use Power Jump to KO Arcanine, which is nice. Although it can move it with just a little bit of bulk, as I showed in the second sample set, I believe. Now, in conclusion, Arcanine is a fantastic support Pokemon. It had a lot of success in 2015, and it's certainly having that success again, doing the very similar role. It's not slappable on the mini teams. What I mean by that is you can't just say I need a fire type. I'm going to throw Arcanine on the team, or just going to try Arcanine just for fun on this team and see how it works. Arcanine works best if it's on the right team, as it performs well in the right situations. It's found a great mixture of bulk and offense to really do its job of support and damage effectively. I would expect to see it throughout the season, as it's something to certainly watch out for through the competitive circuit throughout the rest of this rule set. I hope you enjoyed this, and I would recommend checking out the written version for the description and the description below. Checking out my links. Please click like if you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.